race fans, and welcome to Watkins Glen here on a beautiful Halloween night, daytime in the sim, as we are getting ready to go with trick or treating here at the Glen. These boys going to be trying to get some candy as the end of the night. Somebody looking to take home the hardware here from Watkins Glen. As this is Josh Kiwis on the call with my associate broadcasting partner Christopher and my I guess the second best Kiwis in the house, Christopher, my brother, up here in the booth here on this beautiful Halloween night. Well, we're gonna get ready to go here in just a moment. Qualifying should be ending here in about 20 seconds, or excuse me, 10 seconds. I'm bad at math. Wow. As we are getting ready to go here on a very, very spooky night at the Glen, man. It's feeling like there could be some very awkward scenarios on the racetrack. We know how Watkins Glen can be, so we'll see as these boys getting gridded up. We'll go ahead and get ready to run through your qualifying grid here for the night. All right, and as we get going through your qualifying grid here tonight, sitting on the pole position, none other than the man who's made himself used to it, that 51 Bradley DG Unit Wilson, going to be starting pole here tonight. Starting P2 is going to be that number 9 machine, Colin Forcer, that Suffocate fuel number 9 Chevy Camaro, going to be starting on that outside pole. I clicked the wrong button. Need to mute driver chat in game. They were talking and it was getting me all out of sorts. Lining up P3 here tonight is going to be that P5 machine. That's Shannon LaShawn. That is that 789 Designs Dodge Charger. It is Josh Abbey. Then his outside lane, it's going to be that number 27, William Brown, the 4th. He is going to be starting in 4th. P5 going to go to Ryan Sword with P6. Going to the man himself, Josh Carver. Then it's going to be Brian Hubel starting in that P7 spot. That 14 of Bryant Seaborn going to be starting here in P8. Go back here another row. It's going to be that 2 of Matthew Fitz with that 82 machine of Ed Bauer rounding out the top 10 here tonight. In row, excuse me, I don't even know what row that is. In positions 11th and 12th, it's going to go to Casey Collenbach. And that 12th position going to go to James Morgan. Man, I just need to get it going here. As the 18 of Brian Chu, the Candy Man. He's looking for the candy here tonight, trick-or-treating. He's looking for some hardware. Brian Chu going to start P13 in that Interstates Battery Toyota Camry. Logan Rhodes, 2-time winner this season. He is going to be starting at P14. Stan Mayberry, he is going to be starting P15 with that 68 machine. And Clayton Kenkart in that 16th spot. And getting to the rest of your field here, it's going to be David Salter in 17th, Jimmy Green in 18th, and then Chad Hitchcock in that 22, running out the field here tonight. You saw that David Salter machine right there. Chucky on the front bumper. Actually, that wasn't David Salter. That was Jimmy Green. My bad. Excuse me. As David Salter driving that 811 dig. Say big shout out to NC 811 dig here tonight as you ride on board with the Rev Motorsports of Jimmy Green, last week's race winner at Talladega. He's looking to make it 2 in a row, but these guys not comfortable on the road courses. We know these next gen cars are supposed to be tuned up, do everything that the current gens does, but twice, 3 times, 4 times is better, or as good, excuse me. So we'll see some good racing here tonight, I'm sure, and I'm excited to see these next gen cars. Sequential shifters, bigger brakes, independent suspension, get to the road courses here tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those races. We're going to see a lot of braking having to come into play here. A lot of these drivers not comfortable with pushing that brake and going right, especially in the bus stop. I've raced a couple of races here in league races, and the bus stop is definitely not a lot of fun to come up into. You know, you got to get on the brakes really fast.
You ride on board here, the Cook's Lawn Care on board camera. as they're coming into turn 6, turn 7, the two turns that we're going to see here tonight that's going to get these drivers set up for the front straightaway. We know not updated on the iRacing platform. Still grass out there. That's not how it is in real life. So we'll see it as these boys going to get through turn number 7. Come to grab the green flag here in just a moment. Green flag is out. Here comes Bradley Wilson. Here comes the 9 Colin Forster 5. And Josh Abbey, impressive qualifying, setting himself up in that 3rd spot. As big dive into turn 1 from the 9 Colin Forster. He's going to be a wheel leap ahead out of turn number 1 and down into turn number 2. Up the S's. It's going to be Bradley Wilson. A car leap ahead is there. 2 wide. Josh Abbey, the 9 Colin Forster. Locally enforced cautions here tonight only. So if we do see a wreck, we might not see those full course cautions as we've already got a wreck in the S's. Looks like the 14 of Brian Seaborn. Big trouble for that 14 machine. He's already going to call it tonight maybe. Oh, Jimmy Green looks like he's already exploded. We've got trouble here on lap 1. Oh, Seaborn in the grass. Oh, it's Logan Rhodes. Wasn't Jimmy Green, excuse me, Logan Rhodes. Very similar machines in that 23 and 8 machine. Just saw the livery. So it looks like here early, we already got the number 8 machine of Logan Rhodes out. The number 14 of Bryant Seaborn, both out of the session already. They've put it into the hauler. So we're going to keep it green here up front. Bradley Wilson looks like he is going to go into turns number 5, or excuse me, turns number 6, turns number 7 in the lead at the moment, as he is going to lead lap number 1 of 40 here tonight with Josh Abbey right on his trail. Colin Forster leading that second pack of Ryan Sword, William Brown, and Josh Carver to the stripe. As it looks like that 94 of Sword in the grass, that's going to open the door for that 27 of William Brown to scoot on by, move himself up into 4th place. Big braking zone here into turn 1. Big drive in from Carver. See that right front lock up? You can't do that a lot. Really going to get the degradation of the tires as you see the 94 getting around, heating them up. And this is big trouble here in turn 1 and turn 2 here tonight early. Good save by the 94. Could have been a lot worse. He got the clutch in, made sure the car stayed running, hopped up over the curb, locked the brakes up, and got it going. As you see the 5 here rolling through the bus stop as he's going to get into the inner loop to the outer loop here, roll through its turn number 5, get himself set up for this little bit of a straightaway into turn 6, as it's very easy to get the race car unsettled right there. Get it washed out, get yourself set up where you get the left sides on the grass. That'll really lose some speed like you saw that 94 just do on the front straightaway a moment ago. But a good run out by Josh Abbey into the straightaway from turn 5. He's going to drive it into turn 6 right here. See that 5 machine with the claws down the side? He's looking to claw his way up here to a victory tonight.
Yeah, you see Colin Forster getting a little loose coming out of that turn.
Lock up from the 51.
A little washy back there.
You know, last year when we watched these full throttle boys, Chris, kind of saw this same kind of rhythm. Just the little bit early on, it was separated. So you see here at lap 3, we're already seeing some separation. Big drive down the hill from that 82 machine to Ed DeBauer. Here comes that 68 of Stan Mayberry in that one main financial. Number 68 Ford Mustang, as he's going to roll it through turn number 1 cleanly. You see that 68. Still new to the sim. This is still one of his, early races in his iRacing career, and it's good to see that 68 out here already looking comfortable on Watkins Glen. As it looks like James Morgan just wrecked coming out of turn 3. See what happened? Yeah, and that's the spot that it gets everybody, man.
Looks like he hit the corner just a little harder than he wanted to, and the back end of the car just came around, and then you see what happens there. That hill is very nasty about that.
Carrying too much throttle over the hill. You might not think sometimes you can stay flat out over that hill. Sometimes the car just gets unsettled a little bit on transition over the hill. You have to just barely breathe the throttle. Sounds like he just stayed in it, and unfortunate for James Morgan. Another driver's night ended here early.
Yeah, riding on board here with Josh Abbey in that 5 machine. He's got his Shenandoah shot teammate in front of him in that Bradley Wilson G-Unit machine. So you're seeing Josh Abbey do a really good job here. We saw him run into a lot of adversity here in the early part of the season. A lot of the drivers that we've been kind of looking forward to having a little bit of the incident bug bite him early in the season. So here at the 11th race of the season, Josh Abbey looking really good, pulling his way up through the field.
Is he looking good inside the race car, Chris? That race car in general that number 5 machine looking very, very hot tonight. Spotting the or repping the the theme here good on Halloween. We got a couple Halloween themed cars out there tonight, so a lot of these drivers having to adapt here to these right and lefts. It's a running joke in the in the NASCAR world. Oh, they only turn left. They can't turn right. What are they going to do when they have to turn right? Well, these guys know what they're doing. They know how to turn a car right. They know how to set these cars up. But man, it's a whole different ball field. You got to hit your apexes. You got to find the drive through the corner. You've got to find the braking zones each and every time. It's almost like an oval on the road courses, man. Commitment and a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Commitment and a lot of just knowing what you're doing, having that handle on the race car. If you don't know what you're doing behind that steering wheel on a road course, chances are you're going to be running in the back of the pack, or you're going to be wrecked out. I mean, that's just how it goes. I mean, and you're seeing a lot of these drivers. Bradley Wilson, one of those drivers that just knows how to get it done anywhere. He is making that known. He is pulling his teammate along here. I see that down to Colin Forster. He's under pressure from that 27 of William Brown. As William Brown now going to dive it into the bus stop behind him. As they're going to go about a half a car length away. Car length now, 2 car lengths as you ride on this Cook's Lawn Care on board here now with William Brown. As he's carrying one of our onboard cameras here tonight. As big loose from him, you saw the hands get really wide there. He really had to open up the steering wheel right there to save that race car. As he's going to get it up into 4th gear, get it woed down here. He doesn't need to get it too hot in there. That rear end's going to come around. Those rear tires pretty hot after that little bit of looseness, but doing a good job here. As you go back a little bit through the field, Josh Carver, another one of those drivers repping one of those Halloween themes. Good to see him out here again. As you see that 19 of Brian Hubel. A lot of pressure on that 3 machine of Carver as they go down the front straightaway. As the 2 Ford Mustangs going to dive it off into turn number 1 here at lap number 6. That's good setup from the 3.
Yeah, you see the 3 doing a really good setup there, going down into that corner. But the 19 of Brian Hubel all over that back bumper as well. So that 19 doing a good job keeping up with the 3 of Carver. But it looks like maybe that 19 just doesn't have the drive going up through the. It looks like he catches him going into the bus stop here. But down that hill and everything, it looks like maybe that 19 doesn't have the same pace as that 3. Going back here to Ryan Sword, though, we saw him have a little bit of an incident a couple of laps ago coming into turn 1 just a few laps ago. And that 94 machine, you see him whipping it around there.
Beautiful camera work, too, by our virtual cameraman out there doing an awesome job here. Getting some nice shots of these next-gen race cars. Chris, I can tell you, man, they look great on an oval, but on this road course right now, man, it's making my mouth water for the next-gen cars next season. I cannot wait to see it. These cars are beautiful, man.
Yeah, really good-looking cars. Too bad. There's not a lot more Toyotas out here. Brian Chu did come into the race a little later. Brian Seaborn also. They're the only 2 Toyota drivers in the Bluegrass. Full Throttle Series. Excuse me. I do apologize about that. Got it on my mind. But the Full Throttle guys, don't have a lot of Toyotas in the field. So good to have Brian Chu out here, still being the only Toyota on the field since Brian Seaborn had to take it to the hauler earlier on after you saw that lap 1 incident. Going on board here with that 9 of Colin Forster, though. He is trying to work his way through a little bit of lap traffic right now. He's got that
22 of Chad Hitchcock.
Yeah, he's got the 22 of Chad Hitchcock, excuse me. Got the 22 of Chad Hitchcock on his inside, getting around him now. So you see that 22 machine just not liking the road course racing that much.
That's what we were saying earlier. Some of these drivers just not familiar with the territory, and it comes with it, man. I mean, not everybody is experienced on the road courses, or maybe even takes the time out of their sim time to really get a little bit of seat time on the road courses. But it's one of those things that, me personally, I put a lot of time into the road courses lately, and let me tell you, man, you learn how to turn right, left, you learn how to use the brakes on a road course, set a race car up on a road course, it's going to make you 10 times faster on an oval, man. You're going to see turns way differently than you've ever thought you're going to see them. It's a good trait to have, and you can definitely tell Bradley Wilson knows how to wheel that thing out there. His qualifying lap 112, 114 last time by, so he's only 2 seconds off his qualifying pace on 8-lap old tires. Not bad from that 51 machine on a big old road course here. 2.43 miles, 8 turns at Watkins Glen. As you see that 27 of William Brown, he's sitting back in that 4th spot, excuse me, as we're seeing some drivers start to manage some lap traffic here.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've been noticing a lot of off tracks going this past couple of laps. So a lot of drivers are starting to run off those boundaries there as we're riding on board here with that 82 ahead to Bauer. It's currently got the 23 of Jimmy Green, his Rev Esports teammate, behind him. So that 23 and that 82, they will be working together. You got the 88 of David Salter and that 811 Dig machine. Currently sitting in the 12th spot. So David Salter, one of the Wolfpack guys, in the 12th spot. Stan Mayberry, his teammate on Wolfpack, currently sitting in that 13th spot. And then you got Team Sparkle Unicorns, Chad Hitchcock, currently sitting in 14th. Brian Chu down pit
that
lane.
Front right too.
Yeah. Brian Chu down pit lane right now. Decided he wanted to go ahead and get rid of those tires that he had on his car. Casey Collenbach currently sitting in 16th. James Morgan is not on the track. Logan Rhodes has went ahead and called it a night. And so has that 14 of Bryant Seaborn. So 3 drivers already off of the track so far. As, Watkins Glen, it can be one of those make or break tracks. You can, you either do really good at it or you get taken out really early.
Think about these road course guys, man, is you got to get a lot of experience. And not only the stock car, man. You gotta race so many different disciplines. Once you find grips in so many different disciplines of a race car, that 51 just wheeled that thing out there. You see a little bit of a battle right here. The 3, the 94 of Ryan Sword. Looks like Josh Carver might have a little bit of front end damage. That 94 got past. We'll see as he goes wide here in turn 1. He might have gotten around. He's on the curb uneven. Yep, and there it is. Bam. Ooh. He's gonna come down pit road, but man, if you just take the time to really hone the craft, man, you can find a lot of speed on the road courses. And just you'll see some of these drivers go into open wheel, some of them go into the closed fender, more, I guess you could say, Brazilian stock car, Australian stock car style of racing, or like the endurance style. I mean, there's a lot of different paths. Everybody thinks it's just road course racing is all the same. There's different disciplines even in road course racing. I mean, so when you definitely get behind the wheel of a stock car, it's one of the hardest things on a road course to really handle. But if you just get that knowledge of every single road course car, man, I'm telling you, it can really make benefits. And you'll see a lot of these guys in the sim putting hours not only into the ovals, but they'll be putting hours into the road. And it's starting to show here with a lot of these guys this season. As last year here at Watkins Glen, we were seeing some of these drivers that we're seeing right now do well. Kind of struggle here on the left and rights, but this year, in fact, they've gotten a little bit better. We're picking up. We're seeing some good racing here early.
Yeah, Josh, just to touch on what you were talking about, though, a lot of the things that people don't realize, whenever they get into a seat, in the sim, and they're like, okay, I'm going to learn how to drive oval racing, whatever, and then, you try to start doing, road course racing and stuff like that, and you're like, oh, this is hard, I can't do this, you don't realize how much road course racing actually goes into to actual racing. Everybody thinks, oh, it's just, ovals go left or whatever, but you do have to hit corners just right, and you do have to, slowly roll into the brakes, or blip throttles, or do what you do in road course racing and oval racing. It's the knowledge of having it. You see the 5 of Josh Abbey getting a little loose.
Big run from the 9 here.
Yeah, 9 of Colin Forster getting a really big run.
Remember what I said earlier, it's easy to open the throttle up there in turn 5, the carousel, getting yourself set up. You just want to open it up so bad it looks like it can take it, and then exactly what happened to the 5, it just gets a little bit loose. It opened up the run for the 9, but Colin Forster knows he's got it. He just ain't going to take it. He's going to sit behind this 5 and put the pressure on him. As we'll check back up on here with the G unit himself. Lap number 12, Bradley Wilson just kind of on a little bit of a Sunday drive as he's just hanging out. As we're going to sit here and go on board with that 51 for about a lap and a half and just watch what this 51 can do around the racetrack, man. He's wicked fast wherever he goes, and it looks like Watkins Glen, no exception to that. We'll see where he's going to take this race car. It's right on board right here with him for a moment. Big damage on the 23 machine as we were riding on board with that 51 of Bradley Wilson. Do we have a replay for that? Yes, we do. We'll see. I'm going to assume we're going to see a lockup here to turn 1. Big lockup. He's going to go wide here, get on the grass, right? Or no, he might just go straight out. Oh, man. That is something you usually don't see. That 23 just overshot turn 1, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Broke way too late for that corner. And then if he was going to try to carry it to the right more, it was going to sit in the rear of the car around. He was going to spin it. But at that point, I'd probably just try to spin it that way. But, hey, Jimmy Green's going to get it gathered back up. And looks like he's going to be down pit road. Unfortunately, for last week's race winner at Talladega, it looks like Jimmy Green here early at lap 13 has already got in trouble for his night.
Yeah, you see the 9 of Colin Forster. Looks like he's falling back just a little bit from that 5 of Josh Abbey. Josh Abbey looks like he's figuring out some kind of pace that 9 machine just can't get a hold of. Looks like he is starting to pull away just a little bit, but that's opening up the door for that 27 of William Brown. You know, he's doing a really good job finishing strong off of that Xfinity championship that he got in the Full Throttle series. So 27, he is trying his best to hang on to that 3rd spot. I know he wants to see a podium here in this Cup race tonight.
Yeah, Chris, and one thing I was going to say is, you know, it's you know, catching a car in front of you on a road course, one thing. Passing it completely different. You see this 9, he's got the 27 behind him. The 9's been chasing the 5, and man, the 5 could have been saving equipment that whole time the 9 was trying to pass him. It's just like the great Murray Walker said, catching is one thing, passing is another. Think of how it is to pass on Darlington. It's darn near one of the hardest tracks to pass on, right? You feel like no matter how much you set the guy up, you just can't get by him because it feels like his car's too wide, the turns are too small. That's how it is passing on a road course. You just got to pick your time, man. If it's not the right spot of the track and you know you're not going to get the drive out of a corner, or you're not going to set him up to where you get the drive out of the corner and not him, or, you know, whatever, you're not going to get past him. So road courses aren't just, oh, it's, you know, like you're overtaking on the interstate. Just got to go 10 miles an hour faster than him. You got to catch that guy, and then you got to be faster than that guy. And that's 2 different things on a road course, man. It's hard.
Yeah, I can definitely attest to that. I'm not very good at road course racing myself. I'm starting to get a little better, but you know, it's one of those things where once the car starts getting a little lighter, you know, you start eating through that fuel a little bit. You know, the back end of the car wants to get a little lighter. It wants to come around. You know, you got a lot of grip. You know, 10 laps before. You know, now that they're on lap 15, the grip's really starting to fall off. They're going to be having to get out of the gas a lot sooner to get into these corners and make them. You know, when you have a little bit more grip, you can enter those corners a little hotter, a little faster. But you know, now you're having to really get them woed down, really get them slowed down, and you're starting to tell because Bradley Wilson had a 6-second gap on that 5 machine of Josh Abbey, but now he's closed it down to a 5-second gap. So that 5 of Josh Abbey's already chipped off a second of time on that 51 machine.
And yeah, Chris, to reiterate on what you were just saying, like you were saying, man, these cars get lighter and lighter. The car gets looser, 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 man. It just feels like it is a death trap out there. That car is haunted, and it wants to kill you, man. It's not fun, and it can get sketchy out there, and you'll see these guys well in it. But one thing I was going to say is these cameras are not showing realistically how fast these drivers are going right now. Chris, if you want to put the telemetry up on the board and show the fans at home how fast these race cars are really going. 160 right now down the back straightaway, almost 170 probably 170 plus in the draft. And coming through this bus stop, we're at 90 miles an hour. 85 was the slowest that William Brown just hit. 90 miles an hour on exit, over 100 on exit now. Plus, you're slowing down. You're rolling over 80 plus miles an hour, 90 on exit. You are rolling through this track. They don't call Watkins Glen one of the premier North American road courses for a reason. This track has been the same way almost its whole life, with few changes here and there through the years to make it safer and the track just better. And guess what? It is stuck around for a reason. This track is bad fast, and it is bad awesome. We love this track, and man, there is no schedule I don't want to see that doesn't have Watkins Glen on it, because this is the best track probably in North America next to VIR. I gotta say, I love me some Virginia International Raceway, but Watkins Glen, man, scary fast. And with these next gen cars able to do a little bit more than our current gen cars on the road courses, it's going to be scary what they're going to be able to do in real life. 2 wide, 3 wide, maybe even some here on these road courses. Well, here at lap number 17, Bradley Wilson still just chilling out in the lead. That 5 of Josh Abbey second. You see William Brown, he finally got himself up into that 3rd spot around that 9 of Colin Forrester. We're going to take it side by side, though, here. Take it to an NC811 dig commercial break. So remember, call before you dig, and enjoy this commercial break from the folks at NC811 dig.
When do you plan on putting in that new fence we've been talking about since last summer?
I guess I could start tomorrow.
Protect the ones you love and protect your buried utilities by contacting 811 before you dig, either by phone, the web, or the NC811 app. Know what's below before you dig. Visit nc811.org to learn more. If recent storms have caused damage to your property, contact 811 before you begin your cleanup. Buried utilities around uprooted trees can make a bad situation worse if those lines are not located before digging. Electric, natural gas, and internet lines are everywhere, and knowing where they are is the safest way to start any digging project. Call North Carolina 811 by dialing 811 or by using single address ticket on nc811.org or the NC811 app.
This tree is going to look great here.
Did you call 811 to protect your underground utilities?
I can't wait to see these roses come up.
Dig, dig, dig! Wait, we forgot to call 811.
Before you dig, make sure you can. Call 811 to know what's below. It's up to all of us to protect the ones we love.
When do you plan on putting in that new fence we've been talking about since last summer?
I guess I could start tomorrow.
Protect the ones you love and protect your buried utilities by contacting 811 before you dig, either by phone, the web, or the NC811 app. Know what's below before you dig. Visit nc811.org to learn more.
We thank you for those words from our friends over at the NC811 dig. And remember, always call before you dig. And Bradley Wilson, man, he needs to be calling right now, because that boy is digging. He is 7 seconds up on the field. He is doing a good job. I mean, he is moving his way up to that Stan Mayberry machine, who's currently sitting in 11th. Stan looking for a top 10 run here on the road course of Watkins Glen. Doing the good thing. He's going to get that blue flag, and he's going to pull out of the way. He's not going to pull no Nikita Mazepin and hold up the leaders. He's going to move to the side. He's going to let that 51 by on the inside lane. He's even going to get on the brakes before the caution light. Stan, man, it is like he has been doing this his whole life. He is going to be a force to be reckoned with here in the next couple races. Stan, get a little bit more momentum under him. I think that 68 machine, once we get back to the ovals here next week, he's going to be picking up, and he's going to be rolling. 5 of Josh Abbey still doing a good job in that Shannon LaShawn Dodge Charger, holding off that 27 of William Brown IV. So it looks like Colin Forster did come down pit road. Single lug nuts on that race car, so he's going to get the left sides changed. And then he is going to get his way out of pit road there in just a moment, as that 27 is now going to the bus stop behind that 5. About 3 car lengths between those cars. 7/10 is the gap on the score time, or on the timing score. As you see, David Salter rolling in a comfortable 6th position. Now, as we got drivers starting to cycle into pit road, you'll see these drivers lose some time on pit road. About a minute, or excuse me, not a minute, about 47 seconds. I don't know why I said a minute. About 47 seconds on pit road you'll lose. So if you got about a 50 second gap, or about, 51 second gap, you should be able to gain the position, or it keeps, I don't even know what I'm trying to say, keep the position from those cars that are still out on track. So we'll see how you blend back in here. Some drivers going with the undercuts. We know some drivers pitted way earlier. We'll see how that cycles the field back out. We'll have some guys on some older tires, a lot of guys on newer tires. As you see, that 19 of Brian Hubel, he's going to pull around to maybe take the lead here. He might get cycled into second. Doesn't like anybody's out, and he is actually going to take the lead. So that is your new leader here at lap number 21. It's going to be that discount tire number 19, and he's going to be calling discount tire in a minute, telling them, hey, I need a set of 4, and I need them fast, boys. These are going to be going soon. So Brian Hubel, he is hitting up the boys. He is trying to get him a set of tires here on pit road soon.
Yeah, as that 19 of Brian Hubel, he's going to definitely want to come down and get some fresh Goodyears on that 19 machine. Definitely starting to feel that, whereas Bradley Wilson has pulled back out on the track, going up to the bus stop, so he'll be catching that 19 machine before too long. Matthew Fitz in that 2 machine going to go ahead and pull it down pit lane. Josh Abbey, though, has still got that 27 of William Brown all over his back bumper. So Josh Abbey going to have to be watching out for that Sparkle Unicorn 27 in that rear view mirror. And then he's got the 9 of Colin Forster, who's also on a tear back through the field on fresh tires, coming through the turn to catch that 27. And then, like you were saying, David Salter sitting in that 6th spot.
And Chris, Colin actually did what I said, the undercut. You know, Colin did fall back, what, like four seconds? It was he fell back a little bit on those older tires when we were getting in the run. He undercutted, went in 1 lap early. He made up about 2 seconds on these boys. He's now sitting 2 seconds behind William Brown. He's in striking distances. He's now put it under 2 seconds, about 1 second and 9 tenths. As Brian Hubel in that 19 still going to stay out, that Ford Mustang. Looks like he's still rolling comfortably here at lap 22, but he's starting to get a little bit wide up through turn number 3. As he's going to shoot it down this straightaway. And second by second, lap by lap, Bradley Wilson is starting to close in on him. Only 5 7/10 back now. Oh, Matthew Fitz. Oh, no. This could be big. This could be big. Everybody just got around that very cleanly.
Whoa, that was not... I got really scared just then.
He went around as well, almost. That what could have been just saved Abby, man. He lost a lot of momentum, and William Brown comes up through here. Whoa! Oh, man! Hopefully those drivers are wearing their brown shorts, because that was pucker factor, man.
Yeah,
Need
Brian
to see
Hubel.
A doctor after that one.
Yeah, as Brian Hubel, he's now got a 3-second gap on Bradley Wilson. Bradley Wilson is starting to close in on that 19 machine. That might be a little bit of a bad decision from that 19 machine to stay out on these older tires. I mean, maybe you could hope that, something would happen with that 51 machine and fall off. But right now, that 19 machine, he is about to get caught really quickly.
He saw him wiggling the steering wheel right there coming out of 4 as he gets it into turn number 4 now. He's just coming out of 3 up the hill. It was wiggling around, but look at the speed difference. There it is, 19 in the grass. We'll see. I mean, he's allowed to hold position here. I mean, it's not like Formula 1 or anything. It's not like he has to hold up. He didn't gain time. So we'll see that 51, though. Really big drive out of turn 5 as we get to turn 6 here. We'll see. Does Bradley Wilson take it? Looks like he's going to go for the confident outbreak. He wants this position back now. 19's going to drive wide into the grass. Oh, whoa. 22 around. Oh, no, this could be bad. This could be bad.
We got Stan Mayberry also around.
It looks like 51 going to get it. Yeah, Stan Mayberry does have damage. See that 19 going to pit road. Here comes the 22 of Chad Hitchcock as well.
All right, we'll check, see what happened with that 68 of Stan Mayberry. It looks like might have happened all in the same spot. You see 22 of Chad Hitchcock just getting in the wall. Stan Mayberry nowhere to go. Oh, that's unfortunate for Stan. You see that unfolded just in front of where Bradley Wilson and them were coming. Might just went through the bus stop there. It looks like Casey's got it back under control. That 19 machine down pit road. David Salter moving his way up into that 5th spot. Colin Forster still looking up in front of him. He's starting to catch that 5 machine, Josh.
Yeah, as we go on to that hood cam here, you see that 9. Really good drive into the bus stop there. He's got the 5 of Josh Abbey, the 27 of William Brown. They're going to be battling. And if these drivers get too wide, I mean, they're getting bumper to bumper here. That's dirty air. These drivers going to be slowing each other down as they're battling it out here. Oh, 5 of Josh Abbey, big loose. He's going to gather it back up. Here comes Colin Forster, though. That's going to put him now in striking distance as we get it woed up for turn 6 and 7 here. As here goes that 9 up to the back bumper of the 5 as they go through turn 7 for the front straightaway here. That number 9 of Colin Forster trying to get himself back up where he started this race, and that's that 27th spot where he's sitting at in second. William Brown's worked his way up in a second, and Colin's thinking, man, that's where I started. You got to give me that bag, buddy. I'm on my way. So he's going to try to get past Josh Abbey here in just a moment. And man, here at lap 25 of 40, things are starting to get a little bit hairy here with our 2nd, 3rd, and 4th spot, Chris. These guys are starting to get a little bit racy. I'm getting a little bit loose coming through the S's right there at the top of the hill. Yeah,
you also see Josh Abbey getting really loose coming out of the turn just a lap ago. See him diving into the bus stop here. Ooh, jumping those curbs. Really good drive out there from that 9 of Colin Forster. But Josh Abbey got a really good drive out as well. He's all over the back bumper of that 27 machine. See the 27 getting really loose too. They are trying to get out of that corner going really quick. See now the 27, William Brown's got that 5 of Josh Abbey on the inside. Doesn't look like Josh Abbey's gonna have the momentum to pick up that spot from the 27 of William Brown. So Josh Abbey just gonna have to tuck back in, but that's gonna open up the door for that 9 machine of Colin Forster. So
27 hit the curb, it shot him wide. That's going to open the door for the 5 to sink back up a little bit. He got the car a little bit off rhythm in turn 1. It looks like Clayton Kincart, that 77, has had a wreck. Looks like Scrappy, being the man he is, he's back out on the track only on lap 9. And he's still out there digging. No hood, no nothing. Good to see Scrappy back out there.
He's riding on board here with Bradley Wilson. You see he's got an 11-second gap over William Brown right now. So Bradley Wilson, he's just pretty much got it on cruise control right now. We're going to go back on and watch your closest battle for position, though, right now between that 27 and that 5 of Joshua Abbey. Joshua Abbey looking like he's trying to peek to that inside lane, trying to get the 27 to wash up wide and mess up, but doesn't look like William Brown's going to bite on that. The 5's going to have to tuck back in and try to do it again coming down the front straightaway.
You see that bump coming down the front straightaway, all the cars, the suspension just fully maxing out on him as they get into turn 1 here. Because he's going to miss the apex just a little bit, swing it wide. He's going to use all that runoff, and that's going to allow Josh Abbey right up to that back bumper as we go to the S's. That 5 going to have to get out just a little bit early. That draft going to suck him up to that back bumper, that dirty air. Going to take the air off his nose just a little bit. He's really going to have to be careful to the S's, but it seems like he's got her all good. As we get down the back straightaway here, he's going to get just a little bit of a draft. Not the opportunity to get too wide, but it's easy to get a good drive in right here on the bus stop when you've got that guy in front of you and you can spot his braking zone. And the 5 just proved me right all over the back bumper of William Brown. As we go out of turn 4 into the carousel here, you see a lap car in front of him. I want to say that is the 68 of Stan Mayberry. It is, as they're going to pull up to him. We'll see if Stan plays a issue in this battle right here, or if he is just going to let them go on by in the best way possible. It looks like that is going to slow up to 27.
You're going to see Stan take that outside lane like he did
Oh, and
last
here
time.
comes the 5.
Yeah, Josh Abbey going to use
Inside.
that. Josh Abbey going to take that inside lane going into turn 1. Let's see who's going to have the run. Better braking zone's going to make the turn.
27 can't drive across his nose here. He's going to have to wash it wide. That's going to give the 5 the drive through. And there he goes, man. 5 got the position. He just ran him wide, man. That's all he had to do. The 27 really had to pinch the 5 down the front straightaway there if that outside lane was going to work going into 1, and he just didn't do it. He raced him as clean as possible, and the 5 just said, hey, if you're going to give me that much real estate, you have that real estate out there where it really don't stick that much. I'll go ahead and take this position and get my 3rd place position back. Excuse me, 2nd place position.
As you see the 84 Casey Collenbach missing whole front bumper, hood, everything. Just riding around trying to make laps. I always say it's good to see drivers stay out on the track even whenever their car is completely trashed and you can't really make laps anymore. Hey, it's still good to make laps. You see the 22 going off of the track. Whoa, the 22 coming off the track, going back onto the track.
Really going to kill the run for the 9.
Riding back here with that 88 of David Salter. It looks like he's
who
got that.
Still hasn't pitted. He is going to overcut this race. He's sitting in 6th, Chris, and it's comfortable 6th place. He has the ultimate strategy here. He is going to be able to pit the latest, but he's going to have to hit the strategy right. We're coming up to 10 to go here soon. He's going to have to hit this strategy right. He hits it right, he'll have the freshest tires, man, out of everybody. He'll be running with some position, but then that's going to be everybody else overcutting him. So, I mean, it's going to be an undercut in a sense, but technically he still is overcutting since he hasn't pitted. Over, under, aboard, about, above,
yeah.
beyond, between, beside. I don't even know, man. David Salter's doing an excellent job. I mean, that's all I got to say. And with the conditions his car is in right now, 28 laps, man, on those tires. He hasn't pitted for fuel, hasn't pitted for tires yet, and he's sitting in 6th place. Good little run from Salter, man.
Yeah, we do know that these next-gen cars, they have a weird way with their tire wear. It looks like Ryan Sword has went around. Okay, maybe that happened just a little earlier. Okay, we've got 11 laps to go. I see Bradley Wilson starting to come up to that 94 machine. So on that inside lane, that would technically be the outside lane. The 51 gonna go ahead and get around.
Sorry, I'm confused at what you were talking about now. I think we were talking about 2 different people. I see the Nauticon Force are now going to get it into the bus stop as well. So it looked like when they got behind that lap traffic of Casey Collenbach, it just slowed him up a little bit. And he's now 2 seconds back. As he heard us talking about him, he's going to come down pit road. He's going to get 4 tires and fuel, and he should be able to stretch it the rest of the way. But I'm sure everybody else can make it, maybe. If he was able to make it 28 laps, they're going to be able to make it, yeah, for sure. So we'll see if it plays out for Salter. He's going to be on fresh tires. This could work for him, man.
Yeah, the only way it would work is you got to have a really big stack up, or everybody's going to have to come down pit lane. Maybe Salter's got something going on in that strategy that we don't know. You know, I mean, he is a really good driver. He does know his strategies and stuff. Always just gets caught up in the mess. So see if that 88 machine has anything to offer. But you see the 5 and the 27 going ahead and putting him a lap down. He's going to go ahead and slow up and let all of them get by him. Right back up on board with that 51 of Bradley Wilson. Got a 10-second gap. 10-second gap between him and that 5 machine to Josh Abbey. So Bradley Wilson, like we were saying, still sitting really pretty up here in the front. Not really having to worry about anything that's going on behind him. He's just got to worry about what's going on in front of him.
One thing I've learned in all my years of racing, which has been a year, don't be counting your blessings with a 10-second lead, man. You just can't. It's one of those things, especially on a track like Watkins Glen. One hiccup, one drive in 5 miles an hour more than you're supposed to be, missing the braking zone. I mean, I'm talking by 5 feet sometimes. Can kill a run. You can get loose. You can spin that car. It can go you're driving these race cars on knife's edge. It might not look like it, but these drivers are on the absolute knife's edge with these race cars. So when you see that, as I say that, we've got one around. It looked like Logan Rhodes. It was the 8 of Logan Rhodes. These cars are on the absolute knife's edge, man. You got to realize one little hiccup, that could end that 10 of, or 51 of Bradley Wilson's night real quick. See that 8 of Logan Rhodes? Looks like he just said, who cares? I've already wrecked once. I'm just going to wreck it again if I'm going to go loose that way. It was like one of those, well, I guess I'm not saving this one. Might as well just hit the wall.
Yeah, it's like we said, Bradley Wilson got a 10-second gap. So right now we're going to watch this tongue twist. 5 machine of Joshua Abbey and the 27 of William Brown. As right now they are currently the closest on track for a battle for position right now. So that 5 of Joshua Abbey's trying to hold that 27 off, but William Brown still holding on. But hey, we can't count out Colin Forster yet.
Bit of a lock up there from the 5 of Abbey is 27. It looks like Salter is off, man. Oh, come on.
Yeah, also that 9 of Colin Forster also went off in the same spot. So Forster and Salter doing the same thing there in like picture perfect fashion.
Here on board with Bradley Wilson. He is charging right now in the Charger as he is going to go through the bus stop here. Get himself lined up for the carousel. 8 laps to go, excuse me. 7.5 to go as he's rolling through turn number 5 here. Something like that. If you know the actual measurement, you can hit me up and let me know. I'm just kidding. As he's going to drive through here, you see him passing the exit from where the boot would be. That is the other part of the course exit. And he's going to come through turn 6. Get it up on that curb and come into turn 7. Coming to 6 to go. 7 to go. Excuse me. Man, I'm all over the place in my laps here tonight. Coming to 7 to go. This time is William Brown. Still just kind of lurking back here, trying to grab this position back from the 5 of Josh Abbey. He wants to get back up there in that second spot, but Josh Abbey in that number 5 machine is saying, no, sir, this is going to be mine. Yeah, as we are almost there, Chris. Yeah, these drivers going to be making those last-second efforts to try to make those passes.
Look at that 27 of William Brown diving it really deep down into that corner, trying to get on that back bumper. You saw that front brake caliper, front brake rotor get really red. So seeing that 27 machine getting on that brake really hard, trying to catch up. He's going to come out of the turn there really slow. He's got a gap between him and that 5 machine now. As you saw going into turn 1 there. He was right on that back bumper. Now he's got a little bit of a distance. Colin Forster falling back a little bit as well. Bradley Wilson now out to a 12-second gap. So he's still building that gap up. Sorry, 11.5 seconds.
Yeah, Bradley Wilson still finding some speed here late in the race as we're coming up to 6 to go this next time by. As the 5 rolls it around and gets it back on the front straightaway. He's still got that 27 of William Brown, just kind of hanging out in the rearview mirror, put a little bit of a gap on him as the last time they were coming through. 8/10 now. We'll see how big of a drive in that 27 gets. Big drive in, actually, man. 27's got turn 1 braking locked down, but it seems like he runs himself a little bit wide on exit. Good time. This time, doesn't do it when I call him out on it because he's going to be like, hey, I hear you talking about me. Watch me hit this apex. Perfect. As William Brown's going to roll it up through here, starting to get some lap traffic. This is where it can spell some disaster for Josh Abbey. He's got 2 lap cars in front of him, coming up on 3, and he's got the bus stop he's about to have to manage these cars in. It can slow him up. He got past 1, and now he's got that 77 in front of him. That is that Clayton Kincart machine. We'll see that Charger get through him. That's one of his teammates. We'll see if he just lets him get on by, or if he's going to kind of race him here. He is a lapped car, but that 77, not necessarily in passing distance yet, that 5 is, but you see already it's allowing that 27 to start to slowly shrink up, just not being able to get on his full racing line and get that full power down.
Yeah, Yeah, the 27's doing a really good job of hanging on to the to that back bumper. You know, like I said, you know, being an Xfinity champion, you know, he definitely has some experience under him. So I'm not counting William Brown out in this. He's starting to really gain up to that back bumper of the 5, but it looks like down the straightaway he's falling off a little bit here.
5/10 now this time as they go into turn 1. We'll see him get the big drive in again, that William Brown special. But there he is wide again. So it looks like Ryan soared into the wall. He was currently sitting in 5th spot, or 6th spot, excuse me, as we are 5 to go this time by. Bradley Wilson still out in the lead. We'll see what happened to this 94 right here as he gets it into turn number 1. Looks like he just never got it slowed up.
Basically just a repeat of what Jimmy Green did.
Yeah, actually.
Same spot, same way.
Same exact spot, yeah. Exactly, you're right. As the 5 of Josh Abbey now going to roll it through 5, and he's going to get it set up for 6. Here is that 27 of William Brown. Still just back there, man. He's knocking. He's letting him know, I'm still here, buddy. You might have got some gap on me through this part of the track every time, but I'm going to keep gaining to you. Don't make a single mistake. I'm breathing down your neck, boy. As that 51 driving down the front straighter right here. He's going to grab the 4 to go this time. As 51 looking for another win this season. He picked up the first 2 wins of the season and kind of had a little bit of a hiatus. And now he looks like he is ready to get back into his winning ways and picking up the dominance in the Full Throttle Series. Is Josh Abbey going to get her woed up here? William Brown, not as big of a drive-in as he's been getting these last times, so maybe Josh Abbey could have been saving, or he's just getting aggressive now. We're 4 to go. That 27 a little bit back now as we get through the S's here up the hill, but you see that 5 washing a little bit wide. That's going to allow the 27 to hit the apex, get the better run up the hill as we get onto the straightaway here. It looks like that gap's still going to be about 4/10 as we get into the bus stop here as you're out on the Cook's Lawn Care with that 27 of William Brown. I've washed wide, Chris.
Yeah, you see Josh Abbey getting a little wide coming out of the turn going into turn 5. So you're going to see that 27 slowly start creeping his way up to that back bumper. We could see a battle for that second place position here in the next 2 laps. It looks like that William Brown is starting to get ready to make that move on Josh Abbey.
Wilson's already hit the stripe. He should be going up the S's into turn, or no, he isn't. Excuse me. I'm completely have my timing off on this track as he is just now going up to the S's. I was about couple seconds up. I was giving him a couple seconds. Bradley's just too fast. I can't even keep up with him. But you see that gap now. It's the 5 coming out of turn 1 as we are 3 to go. Bradley Wilson still your leader. He's led every lap besides 1. Brian Hubel did pick up the lead for a couple laps, and then Wilson did fasten. But other than that, it's been all Bradley Wilson today besides a little sprinkle of Brian Hubel on pit strategy lead. He did pick up the lead, the bonus 0.4 leading a lap, though. But it's still going to be that 51 dominating the race today here with 3 to go. As the 5, oh, he's going to watch wide into the goes Josh Abbey. Here comes William Brown. And that was what I was saying, Chris. The 27 might not have been able to pass, but you just got to put pressure. Apply the pressure. It's almost like a bad, 27 applying the pressure to himself, man. This is getting interesting with these boys. 2 to go this time by.
Yeah, I want to apologize. I forgot that I had the track map here. So I just pulled the track map up with 3 laps to go. They always say better late than never. So there you now see how far the distance that the 51 of Bradley Wilson has between that 27 and that 5. As you see Josh Abbey all over the back bumper, making a move down on the roadway.
He did squeeze. 5 going to get a good run. 27 going to back the up. He's going to get the apex. He's going to come back inside here. Good. Textbook road course racing from the 27. He's going to clear him through the S's here. Nope. 5 back through. 2 wide through the S's. 27 going to get the run on the inside. He's got the preferred lane. 27 back into second place. 2 laps to go.
Yeah, William Brown in that sparkle uniform 27 doing a really good job showing us that he really knows how to handle these road courses. Going into the bus stop. Let's see if that 5 Josh Abbey can do anything here to get that position back. It doesn't look like, it looks like he's falling back just a little bit. It looks like William Brown's got a little bit better drive out of the bus stop.
Forrester still sitting in 4th 5 seconds now to Josh Abbey and William Brown, who are still up there doing battle, but it looks like, Chris, that it's going to be William Brown 6/10 out. Now 4/10 out on that Josh Abbey machine, who looks like he's trying to reel him in. White flag for Bradley Wilson this time. This is his last venture around the racing circuit here tonight at the Trick or Treat Watkins Glen 40, as you're going to see William Brown down the front straightaway to grab the white flag himself, as we see if that 5 of Josh Abbey does get the dive in.
Yeah, as you saw, a little bit of a lockup there from that 27 to William Brown. So let's see if Josh Abbey has any moves on him, if he's going to do it now. He's got it. Colin Forster looks like he wrecked. As you probably just heard Josh screaming in the background, he was peeking on his mic. You did not hear the woo, but he just Ric Flaired really hard.
Yeah, that was a big slide from the 5. He is willing that thing as much as he can. 51 out of 5. He's going to get it into 6. We'll go back to Bradley just before he crosses the line here in a moment. We're going to see no setup here. Chris, if you want to go to Bradley, he should be getting ready. Come out of turn 7, set himself up for the checkered flag. As there he is out of turn 7. Checkered flag waving. It's going to be the 51, the G unit. Going to just slow roll to the checkered flag. Wiggling it, baby. Bradley Wilson picking up the win. And there comes William Brown. You see it in the back of the screen. It looks like Josh Abbey is not going to have the run. It is going to be William Brown to the 2nd place. Josh Abbey 3rd. Good race between our top 3 here tonight. What a good, fun event it has been here at Watkins Glen. But it is going to be Bradley Wilson picking up the hardware. Bradley Wilson's going to win at Watkins Glen. That round. A little bit too much extracurricular activity right there. Almost got Bradley loose. That'd have been the first accident from the 51 today. Heck yeah, man. Well deserved win from Bradley. Just the class of the field today. .51 throwing a big old burnout on the front straightaway. Those guys still finishing the race? Oh no, that's his teammate. I'm crazy. Is the 51 going to do a big old burnout right here? 77 going to join on it. That's Kincart. His teammate finished 11th. Chris, do we go ahead and get the results up on screen? All right, as we got our results up on screen, it's going to be that 51, the G unit, taking another win here tonight. Oh, you got me now? Okay, as it's going to be Bradley Wilson taking that win here tonight, blowing up the race car after. He said, this thing's too haunted, man. It was just too spooky fast. I got to blow it up. As he is going to pick up the win here tonight, get back to his winning traditions in the Full Throttle series. William Brown, though, with a heated battle, he's going to get 2nd place. He started 4th, finished 2nd. Good drive from William Brown here today. Josh Abbey going to pick up 3rd with Colin Forster in 4th. Brian Hubel going to be 5th. And, man, if this was F1 2021, the game, you know, usually this is how they go by their driver of the day. I'm going to have to give our driver of the day, since was telling Chris this is going to be my only Grand Prix race, really, of the year. David Salter going to pick up the driver of the day here. Up 11 spots, man. Good run from that 88 machine. He's going to finish 6th here tonight. Then it's going to be that 7th position going to that 94 of Ryan Sword. Ed Bauer going to finish 8th with Stan Mayberry in 9th. Jimmy Green going to be 10th with Clayton Kincart in 11th. Hitchcock in 12th with Colin Back 13th. Carver going to finish 14th with Matthew Fitz in 15th. Scrappy Logan Rhodes going to finish in 16th. The Candyman Brian Chew, unfortunately not getting a sweet tooth tonight and not getting any of that candy. He's going to finish 17th with James Morgan in 18th and Bryant Seaborn rounding out your field in that 19th position. Let's see, do we have any of our drivers ready for some interviews? It looks like we have all of our drivers ready. These boys are ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and get your winner, Bradley Wilson, up here in the Full Throttle booth. Have a word with that 51 machine. Bradley Wilson, Chris, and Josh up in the Full Throttle booth. You got a copy, man?
Yes, sir.
Man, you were the class of the field tonight. Looks like you have been doing your homework here on the Glen. You were hitting every apex, hitting every turn right. I mean, it just seemed like you had the car to beat, and the setup seemed like it was just rolling for that 51 machine. Take us through the early race there. It seemed like, you just got out to the lead. You got a good roll on it, and man, how did the car feel? Obviously, it felt great with that great run, but want to hear it from you. How'd the track feel? How'd the car feel? And, how does it feel getting back to winning here and picking up the win at Watkins Glen tonight on Halloween, man?
It feels pretty good. We really didn't know what setup we were going to run when we first got into this. Every setup we had, the S's were so loose. We were wrecking all the time. And I checked the shared setups, and I saw that David accidentally shared a setup to everyone. And I put that on, and I fell in love with it. And I just got to thank David for the setup. It was a rocket ship tonight.
Man, I love it. That's like the Halloween, like early Christmas present. We'll just say that, since everybody's going to be throwing, Christmas out after tonight. So we'll say it's the early Christmas present from Salter, man. He gave you the bad fast setup. And that's one thing I got to say, man. Every time I race trucks or anything with Salter, every setup that Salter runs, it seems to be insanely good. So it seemed to work for you tonight, Bradley. And man, got to say congratulations to you. It was just awesome to see you go out there and, do what you do best. Just dominate the field. That 51 machine looked awesome tonight, as always. You seemed like you had a good handle on the Glen here. Other than what you said, prior struggles to the setups, good to see you got it settled out. You got that race car under you, and it's good to see you pick up another victory here tonight. And, on a special night here on Halloween, it's always, got to be good to pick up something on Halloween, right?
Yeah, it feels even more special, especially because it's my mom's birthday. So I just gotta say happy birthday to her and all my teammates for helping me out.
Happy
Heck yeah,
birthday!
man. Happy birthday, Bradley Wilson's mother. You did you ever think you were gonna be sitting here with the champion, as your son? That's what's up. So heck yeah, happy birthday to your mom, Bradley. That's awesome to go out here, pick up the win on your mom's birthday. I know that'll be a special victory for her, man. And hey, if you've got any final words, thoughts, shout outs, or anything for your fans here tonight before we get you going, you're more than welcome to throw them out there.
I gotta thank my sponsors, Shenandoah Shine, Martin Sports 906, everyone over at EPI. They sadly didn't have a setup for this ready for us, so gotta thank David Salter for the set. It was bad fast. My teammates, Joshua Abbey finishing third, James Morgan, Clayton Kincart, Dan sadly had to withdraw. Sundays didn't really work out too well for him, but definitely a big win for the Shenandoah Shine team, and just hoping to keep the momentum up for next week.
Well, we're excited to see you, Bradley, roll into next week, man. It's always good to see a mix in it. Throw Watkins Glen here early in the schedule, get you boys out in the rights and lefts early. And hey, you showed them that you were the class of the field tonight, Bradley, and we're excited to see what you got for these boys next week.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. You have a good night and enjoy your week here.
Y'all too.
All right, and that was your winner, Bradley Wilson. Going to go ahead and get to your second place finisher, William Brown, here and have a word with him. William Brown, Chris, and Josh up in the Full Throttle booth. You got a copy?
Sure do, guys. How are you doing?
Doing fantastic, man. And got to say, what an excellent battle you and Josh Abbey had there in those closing segment of the race. I mean, it just seemed like back and forth battle. And, we were talking on broadcast. I was saying to the fans at home, it's one thing to catch somebody, whole nother thing to pass on a road course. And I was kind of putting it in perspective for some of the people that maybe don't understand the road courses is think of this as trying to pass on Darlington 24/7. It's just almost sometimes impossible. And, you got the 5 of Josh Abbey set up perfectly. You made your move at the right time. You kept the pressure on him, and in the bus stop, he got a little bit wide, and you executed, and you held that position all night or for the rest of the race. Pick that second place here tonight. So William, take us through the just the opening segment, everything through the race, and how you really settled into the car. It seemed like you had turn 1 down pretty much all night with the braking zone, and you were very comfortable in the car. towards the latter part of the race. So, just walk us through that battle with Abby, and yeah, congratulations on second place here tonight, man.
Thank you very much. I knew Colin finished about 27-ish seconds behind Bradley. That's about almost 20 seconds behind where me and Abby finished. But it was exciting because there was three of us, me, Colin, and Josh, pretty much packed together for what was almost the whole race. I'm pretty sure. The whole beginning was pretty much taking it easy. These tires are a little squirrely when they're fresh. You got to be careful going up the S's and trying to go into a few turns. The pressure isn't built up. So really just settling in the car was just taking it easy for the first couple laps, and then seeing how everybody else was running, seeing how the track temps and conditions were going to affect the tires. Hot track, by the way. It was like 120 something degrees. And, these long runs got real slick, but it wasn't anything that couldn't be consistently raced on after you settled in. We just stayed there with Colin and Josh the whole race pretty much. It felt like I was a little faster than Abby in the long run. And then, there towards the end, I was trying to just keep on him in case he made a mistake, and we were right there when he finally did. I'm just fortunate enough to not have made a mistake after I got around him, because he would have been right back around me. But it was a great battle. I had a lot of fun. It was real clean too.
Oh yes, it was indeed. It was all awesome race, man. There towards the closing parts of the race, once Bradley kind of extended that lead, we were still keeping our eyes on Bradley and everything. But man, we were very focused on that battle between, like you said, you Josh and Colin, and it was an awesome battle right there at the end. You guys had some lap cars get in it. Colin unfortunately fell back a little bit after that, but man, it was a good three-way battle there for a handful of laps. And man, William, congratulations on the second. Well worth sitting here and getting to watch you guys battle, because it was an awesome battle, and it was good to see you pick up that second place after just pass after pass, lap after lap. It seems like you can get so anxious sometimes, but you guys kept your cool. You guys all did an excellent job, and we saw a great finish out of it. But William, if you've got any final words, thoughts, shout outs, or anything for the Full Throttle fans or the William Brown Team Sparkle Unicorn fans out there, you're more than welcome to go ahead and throw it out there.
Yes. This is my first time this season getting a chance to talk to you guys after a race. I have not gotten a single podium this entire season until now. So it feels really good. I may not have won, but just to be in that top three there, it's really sweet. I just want to give a shout out to you guys in the broadcast booth. Haven't been able to do that, like I said, the whole season. Shout out to my team. Shout out to Colin. He was without his teammates today. We kind of conversed and talked about how the track was behaving, the cars were behaving, and gave each other some feedback on all that. Helped each other out. Shout out to everybody.
Yeah, man. Well, William, we're excited to see you come back next weekend, man, and hopefully we'll see you back up here in your podium ways. We were saying that Bradley got back to his winning ways here tonight, and hopefully we'll see that William Brown machine do the same thing. We know last season we had a good bit of talking with you. Hopefully this season, yeah, and you did win the Xfinity Championship this past season, so
yes, I got a nice glass out of that engraved glass, and I might post it somewhere for you guys to see. It's a cool, neat little glass.
Yeah, post it, man.
Yeah,
and
it's something that I couldn't have battled you for there, William. I
wish you were there, man. It would have been a great battle.
Yeah, I was sadly out driving go-karts that night, so I didn't get
yeah,
to battle you.
we were racing our dad in go-karts, man. So.
Well, hey, that sounds like good fun,
Oh heck yeah! Well, hey, congrats on the Xfinity Championship, man. It's the first time like you said, we've gotten to talk to you since that, and hey, congrats on the second place here. We're excited to see what you got for us next week, William, and enjoy the rest of your weekend, and enjoy this week coming up, buddy.
Thank you very much. Have a great night, guys.
Thank you, man. You too. All right, and that was William Brown. Going to go ahead and bring up our third place finisher, Josh Abbey. Have a word with him. Joshua Abbey, Chris, and Josh Kiwi's up here in the Full Throttle booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Going good, man. And hey, Josh, you went out there and you ran an excellent race, man. You finished second, or not finished second, but you were running second, excuse me, pretty much the majority of the race, and right there on that final stint, you had William Brown and yourself just in a heated battle. Colin was there as well, so it was kind of adding a little bit of the flame to the fire, or the fuel to the fire, and right there coming through the bus stop, and I want to say the last 2 laps, you ran a little bit wide. Was it just a little bit of the pressure, or was it, maybe the car just heating up the tires? We know the heat cycle at a track like Watkins Glen and how the track temperatures were well over 120 degrees tonight. Was it something on that end, or was it, just maybe the pressure, mirror driving? What went through with that 5 machine to get you a little bit loose there coming to that closing stage?
Yeah, I'll say it's a little bit of everything. We locked it up there. That's what kind of happened, and sometimes these brakes on the next gen can be kind of fickle. Sometimes they're your best friend, sometimes they're not. And just a little lockup. I mean, it was fun. The battle was just intense. I mean, that's what you want in a race like this. And I mean, I could throw in there a little bit of mirror driving, a little bit pushing it, but at the same time, it's a little bit driver mistake. Like I said, lock of the brakes, something simple. I mean, at the end of the day, it's P3 after having some pretty rough weeks, so I'll definitely take it.
Heck yeah, man. Well, P3, like we said, nothing definitely to hang the head at it. Track like Watkins Glen, and like you said, just a little bit of driver error. We were hitting on that early so much in the broadcast. We were saying, leads might be so much here at a road course, but just a little bit of a hiccup, a little bit of a mistake, you can throw that lead or that gap or whatever it is away in
Right.
in just a matter of a second. Not to throw you under the bus there, but you made the perfect example of it there in the closing lap. But like you said, just a little bit of driving error. Josh, you learn from those things, man. I learned from those things too. I think Josh's are the same way. We just like to go out there and we like to dig. We don't like to lift, right? So
Hey, Josh's are going to rule the world one day, man. I'm telling you.
heck yeah, we're all gonna be a champion at something one day. But hey, Abby,
Right.
you ran a great race, man, and nothing to hang the head at. You made an exciting show for what was for all the early mayhem there. It was an exciting show in that second, third, and fourth battle right there. Like we were telling William, you guys were pretty much the main focus there in that closing stage with how much of a battle you guys were putting on. So very interesting, very exciting, and we're very excited to see what you got coming up for us next week. But Josh, if you've got any final words, thoughts, shout outs to any of the fans here, seeing as it's been a minute since we've had a word with you, go ahead and throw them out there, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, it was definitely a fun battle. Like I said, it's what you want to do, put on a show. And next couple weeks are some tracks that I'm looking forward to, and maybe we can get out of this bad spill and get some more points back on the board and climb back up there. Try to chase down Bradley at least for playoffs and see where we're at. But yeah, absolutely, man. I definitely take the P3. And like I said, people I got to thank. Shannon Shine wouldn't be where I'm at right now if it wasn't for those guys. The Elite Performance Industries. 789 Designs put a beautiful wrap on my car. MartinSports906.com, Primetime Sports Talk, Quest Acquisition, 811 for sponsoring the league. You guys, like I said, every time I talk to y'all, you'll do a hell of a job. Always enjoy watching the races afterwards. Gotta thank the wife, happy life, happy life. She lets me do this, but like I said, I'm just enjoying the moment, man. It's just having some good time, having fun, and just racing.
Heck yeah, man. That is what it is all about, brother. Well, we're glad that we had another word with you, Josh. It's always a pleasure to get another Josh up here in the booth that's actually better than me at racing and can get on podium.
Heck yeah.
So, but Abby, man, good to talk to you, brother. And hey, have a good rest of your week, man. And we're hoping to see you coming up into this spill of tracks that you said you're very excited about. So Iowa's coming up next weekend. We're excited to see you. And hey, hopefully we'll be having another word with the 5 machine here soon.
Absolutely. We're going to get to work on the set, and hopefully we'll see y'all next weekend.
Yes, sir. Well, have a good night, and we'll be talking to you hopefully next week, buddy.
Y'all too. Have a good night.
All right. Well, that was your third place finisher, Josh Abbey, and that is going to wrap up our interviews here tonight. Chris, do you have any final words for the Full Throttle fans before we let them go here tonight?
Boo. That's it. I'm just kidding. I just want to thank.
Were you supposed to be a ghost?
I don't know. I just want to thank Robbie Weiss, David Salter, all the guys at Full Throttle. I say every week, I say Robbie and David, but that's just the two names that spring off the top of my head. Everybody at Full Throttle, every team, every member, everybody that talks to me, everybody that, everybody. Just everybody on Facebook, everybody on YouTube. We really appreciate all you guys. We couldn't do it without y'all. I'm really excited going into Iowa next week. It is my favorite track out of the entire tracks, and that's the one I'm looking forward to. It's definitely a driver's track. You have to be on your game with it, and it really can make or break. Being a short track modeled after Richmond, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
I mean, Rusty Wallace, man. That's all we got to say. That's the theme you get when you go to Iowa, baby. So we're excited to see the Full Throttle Next Gen roll into Iowa next week. The open setups will be getting tuned on all week. These drivers going to get accustomed with their setups. Got to say a big shout out to the NC811 Dig boys and all of our sponsors here for the Full Throttle Cup, as it is Majors Cook's Lawn Care. And what'd you say, Chris? Oh, sorry. I thought you were telling me to say something. My bad. Okay. Well, yeah. Sorry about that. But other than that, big shout out to NC811 Dig again, Cook's Lawn Care, and Major Setup. This is going to be Chris and Josh up here in the Full Throttle booth. And we're going to be saying a big thank you to all the fans. If you're on that YouTube, hit the subscribe button, turn that notification bell on so you know when we go live. If you're on Facebook, hit that like button. Share us out. Let your friends know about the next gen racing going on over here at Full Throttle. But other than that, we are going to be seeing you next Sunday, 9 p.m. at Iowa.